I'm Rod Baker, and this is God and Rod. And the thing I want to talk about today is I want to talk about the power of one. You know, I think my favorite Nas song has always been One Mic. You know, one mic. I can't imagine what my life would be like without the one amends, or the one willingness, or the one surrender, or the one blessing, or the one prayer, you know, that made all the difference in the world. It was just one. It was just one chance, one try. I tried once to do things, to tell the truth. I tried once to take accountability and responsibility for not only my words, but my actions. And it changed everything. One step. Imagine taking one step. One phone call. Which, by the way, good job, young ladies. Way to be courageous. Even though it was two of you, but you made one phone call. And it's those kind of things that changes everything. Takes life in a completely different way than what it's been. You know, when I was walking the Camino, there would be times I would get there would not be an arrow or directions, and I didn't use an app. I didn't use a map. I looked for the signs all the way from San Sebastian all the way to Santiago. Didn't matter if I was walking at night. It didn't matter if I was walking in the storms on mountaintops. It didn't matter. I looked for the signs, and if I got off of the path, if I got off of the way, then it just took one prayer to get me back. One moment. Just one. You know, as we keep doing the same thing over again and expecting different results, and not just expecting different results, but, you know, continuing to get the same results. Just one chance. Just take one chance. One day. 1 hour. God, the universe, nature. It doesn't require more than that. It is not difficult. The way is not difficult. So every time you find all these other, I'm not talking about learning lessons. I'm not talking about overcoming. I'm talking about when you find yourself having that same timidity, being timid, that same fear. See, that's one of the things that I watched with people over there is when they had a fear of being lost. And they would go to the Wi-Fi as soon as they could, and they would start trying to download the app so that they would not be afraid of being lost. Being lost. You know, as most of you know, I'm an adventurer. I go to where I'm called to go. There's no fear about that. There was one evening I chased the sun from Oklahoma and ended up at the Grand Canyon, watching it come up over at the Grand Canyon, and then, of course, ended up going Utah, Idaho, Yellowstone. but it's where I was called to go. There's no fear in that. When you have a purpose, you will be given the things that you need to fulfill that purpose. Just have one moment of faith. Take one step out there on faith. One step. And be not afraid. And when you are afraid, overcome that fear. Sometimes it takes holding the hands of your sister, or reaching out to your brother. But that's perfect. That's what they're there for. It's what God gave you them for, and them you for. Just one message, one word. Elton John wrote a song one time, and it's a beautiful song. It says, sorry seems to be the hardest word. Yeah, for narcissists and toxic people. But for those of us that are healed, man, I look forward to making amends. I am really frustrated with the fact that I don't have anybody but the country of Canada to make an amends to. I've made my amends. I've cleaned up my side of the street and then some. I even had to learn not to go clean up other people's side of the street. How to not to be codependent. And I still am. You know, a lot of the therapy that I have been willing to do over the years, it's putting me in a place now with being clean and sober so long and going through that where I get to do therapy now. I'll talk about that later on. But all it takes is one. Just one. And everything changes.
How are you today?
Hi.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Yeah, definitely. This is the ocean water?
Yes, ma'am.
Unsweet. Be $2.97 today.
Unsweet tea? Oh, yes. Thank you so
You're
much.
welcome.
How much is it?
$2.97.
Sorry about that. I was in the middle of this deal. Keep the change.
Oh, thanks, babe. Have a good day. Okay?
Thank you, ma'am. All it takes is one smile. One tip. Obviously not one drink for me because I've got to have two. But we all know how thirsty I get. We all know how thirsty I get. Anyway, make that one call that you've been afraid to make. Even if you have to do it with your sister or your brother or whoever you got to do it with. Make that one call. Ask that one question. Say that one word. Forgive that one person and ask for forgiveness from that one person. Do that one thing different than what you've done before. Just one. Because all I need is one mic. Me and Nas. Well, and him. I'm not putting Jay in it. 50's all right with me. Kevin Gates is all right with me. But all we need is one. One God. One God. Talk to you later.